that was the Beach Boys, Surfin U.S.A. intro, the chords, the organ solo, and the little guitar solo as well. Hey, this idea came to me from Rex in Iowa, so shout out to Rex. Thank you for suggesting this one. Awesome. So we're going to go through all of that today. We'll go through that cool intro, the chords and the what we're doing there, and then both of those solos. Had a little tricksy sound on this, of course. Funky pedal. You probably heard me even clicking it on and off there. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. We'll see you in just a second, okay? All right, gang, let's go over this note for note. First things first, you can download the tab from the link in the description. It's going to make your life a little bit easier. Second thing is the sound. I'm using an S-style guitar playing out of the middle pickup. Clean amp, clean sound out of it, maybe a touch of reverb. Nothing else. You just want a clean sound for this one, okay? All right, and obviously for the organ sound, I'm using a pedal, so I'll show you what that looks like a little bit later, okay? When we get to it. All right, so we're going to cover the intro, then the chords, then the organ solo, and then the guitar solo in that order. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's cover the intro first. Now this is a song that's in E flat. I suppose you could capo it or tune it differently to get a different key, but why not just play it in E flat, which is what was sounded, and that way you can handle any singer. If they want to sing it in a different key, you just play it in a different key. It's no problem, right? So we're going to play, let's do the intro first. So imagine you're playing the G bar chord with the root on the 6th, okay? And we are going to bring that up to the 11th, which is an E flat. That note right there is an E flat. All right? So we're going to keep that chord shape, but now we're just going to play on the 4, 3, and 2 strings, and occasionally on the 1 string. Okay? So it's a lot easier to finger. All right. So on the 4th string, we've got 13. 3rd string, we've got 12. 2nd string, we've got 11. 1st string, we've got 11. All right? All right. Now the key to the opening here is the interplay on the 3rd string between the 12th and the 13th fret. And listen to what and also holding down this chord. So watch what happens when I play this. That's exactly what we're trying to get, right? So, so that's going to be the key, is this playing... Just playing that kind of thing, all right? One last thing is that these are all downstrokes. I'm playing all downstrokes on pretty much everything in this song, which gives it that sort of staccato and stiff feeling that the Beach Boys had. All right, might call it unhip or whatever, but it worked for them. All right, so here we go. So we're going to play this. All right, so that's the opening. So first we're going to play second. I'll just call out the, we hold down this chord, and I'm just going to call out the string. So first we're going to play 4 and 3. Okay, now 2nd and 3rd. 2nd and 3rd again, but now we're putting down the 13th fret. Okay, now 1st and 2nd. Okay, now 2nd and 3rd, but again we're holding down that 13th fret. Now normal. Now 3rd and 4th. Now 2nd, 3rd. Now put that 13th on. And finally that's just a regular E flat chord. All right, one more time slowly. If you hit an extra note in there, no harm, no foul. It's rock and roll. All right, so that's that. Now let's get to the chords. Same thing, I'm going to be playing all downstrokes on this. So this is just a 1, 4, 5 in E flat, but it starts on the 5 chord. So we're going to start out on the B flat. I'll just try and call them out. That's B flat. Now E flat. Now B flat again. Now E flat. Now A flat. Now E flat. Now B flat. A flat. back to E flat. And it just goes back into the repeats. Okay, so you'll notice what I'm doing is I'm just playing a power chord for each of these. So a power chord is just playing the first and the fifth, okay? And then we're also playing this little boogie extension, right? So what is that? Let's just do it for they're all the same. The shapes are all the same. So we'll do the first one. We'll do the B flat, right? So the B flat would be on the 6th and the 5th strings, on the 6th and the 8th frets. Okay, so that's the thing that we're doing. And then when I play that, that's just an extension on the 5th string, or the higher of the two strings, the thinner of the two strings, 2 frets up. So it goes from the 8th to the 10th. You hear that in boogies from, T-Rex played that all the time. Pretty much every T-Rex song is going to have something like that in it. Lots of ZZ Top songs. They sound maybe a lot more rock and roll than the Beach Boys did, but it's the same basic pattern, okay? So the E flat would just, again, be the same thing, but now it's on the 5th and the 4th strings, and we're doing 6 and 8 and extending to 10 on the 4th string. Again, these are all downstrokes. All right, so that's basically it for the chords. The A flat would be the same as the B flat, but just down 2 frets. Right? Okay, so that's that. Now let's go over to the solo. Now again, this is an E flat, which is probably a key you're not familiar with, but if you know some shapes, you know the E flat scale, major scale, it's going to sound right. And, essentially, all right, so what I'm doing here on the organ solo, if you stick around to the end, I will show you the sound on this one. What I'm playing is a series of double stops on this, okay? So first I'm going to start out with this line. Sounds a lot different without the pedal, doesn't it? Okay, so that's a series of double stops. I'm playing all on the first 2 strings here, and that is the first one would be 6 and 4, then 5 and then 4 and 3, okay, and then 3 and 1. Okay, those are the only 3 that we need for that first lick. Okay, here's the second lick. All right, so that one is pretty straightforward. This is over in E flat. And you can see I'm just kind of barring on the first 2 strings at that E flat position, which is the 11th fret. Right, so I'm barring at the 11th fret. And then I'm playing almost like a blues box position there, which we're going to get to in the guitar solo. But I'm starting out with this, which is on the first string we're playing the 11th, on the second string we're playing the 14th. And I'm moving on the second string from 14th to 13th to 11. And now I'll go the whole thing chromatically. 14, 13, 12, 11. And that last one was 13 and then 11, 11. All right, so one more time. Okay, now we're back to the same one that we did before. And now I'm just going to do the whole thing down here. So now I'm going to play a different double stop. I'm going to play it on the 2nd and 3rd strings, 3rd and 2nd strings, I should say, respectively. Okay, so this one is just 3 and 4, then 5 and 4. That's back to the 3 and 4. Then 5 and 4, and 6 and 4. All right, so here's what I played again. All right, so that's that organ solo, and boy, it sounds a lot better when you have that sound on it, doesn't it? Yeah, definitely does. All right, here's the guitar solo. Now the guitar solo, the organ solo takes you through the first two switches between B flat and then E flat. B flat. That's what the organ solo is over. So the guitar solo starts with that A flat. Okay, so we're playing over the A flat chord. So I'm going to think first of all about playing over that A flat chord, right? So this can be easily thought of as, first we're going to play a chord, all right? And then what we're going to do is we're simply going to play our A flat blues box position, and then we're going to go up to our E flat blues box position for the E flat, okay? Let's play the whole solo slowly. All right, so that's it, slowly. So we're going to start out with this chord here, and this is on the second and third strings. We're going to play 8 and 7. And give it lots of vibrato there. It actually sounds really cool if you do that. Okay, so we'll do that. Now that's just a double stop on the first two strings on the 4th fret. Again, it's typical blues sort of sound out of that A flat chord. So that's just 7, 4 on the first string, 7 on the second string, 4 on the first string. Then slide up to the 11th position. Okay, so that's just our double stop, first two strings on the 11th. And then we're going to play, again, blues box position. So that's just, pretty straightforward. That's just 14, 11 on the first string, 14 and 11 on the second string. Okay, 13 on the second string, and then it comes back up to the, on the third string, 13th on the third string. Comes back up to the second to play the 11th. And then back to the 13th, and then you give a little bit of just a bit of a bend. It's not really, sort of normal bluesy sort of bend. 13, half step or so, bring it down, then pull it off to the 11th, play the 13th on the 4th string, and you're done. Okay, so let's play that whole solo again. Here we go. All right, gang. As promised, here's how I got the sound. I just dialed in right on the pedal. There's no talent whatsoever. It's just a pedal. It's just a trick. The Electro-Harmonix B9 organ machine. Really an amazing pedal. This one does a bunch of classic organ sounds like Hammond organ or church organ or the bell organ, which is what I was using. Very easy to dial in tones that sound amazingly like an organ. They also have one that does electric piano, and it's a different pedal, and and some other things too. It's a lot of fun, and you can just play around a lot with it. Maybe at some point I'll demo this one if you're interested. Okay. Okay, gang. There you have it. The Beach Boys, Surfin U.S.A. Cool intro, the chords, the organ solo, the guitar solo. Hope you had a lot of fun with this. I know I did. Okay, we'll see you on down the road.